Failure is a tool, not a rule. I'm a huge proponent of lifting to failure at any age, including after 50. I believe the benefits from a muscle building standpoint speaks for itself, and lifting to failure builds muscle. There's no question about it. But there are times when one should not be lifting to failure under no circumstance. And if you're in one of these 7 categories that I'm about to give, you need to stop lifting to failure or it will backfire. When I say lift to failure, I mean technical failure. You can't do another rep in good form. Let's start with the big one almost every lifter deals with. When your knees, shoulders, or elbows are giving you trouble, failure training can make things worse real fast. As fatigue sets in, small breakdowns in form can shift the load from muscle to joint, and that's a fast track to setbacks. If you've got arthritis, tendonitis, or old injuries, pick joint-friendly moves. Train around the pain, and don't go all the way to failure. You'll still build muscle, and you'll keep showing up consistently, and that's the key. And even if your joints are fine, this next one can stall your progress without you realizing it. Even if you love failure training, you can't do it week after week without a break. I don't do it week after week without a break. You shouldn't either. Your joints, connective tissue, and nervous system need planned recovery time. If you push to failure every workout for months on end, you'll hit plateaus, deal with nagging pain, and you'll burn out. Every 4 to 8 weeks, you need to take a deload. Lift lighter, no failure, and you'll come back fresher and stronger. If you're really starting to feel it, listen to your body, and you might need to be doing a deload after just 3 weeks of working to failure. And here's one that's more about safety than anything else. Some lifts just aren't worth taking to the edge. Squats, deadlifts, heavy overhead presses, just to name a few. They often fail because of grip, lower back, or stability, not the target muscle. And when they go bad really fast. For these, keep 1 to 3 reps in the tank and save true failure for safer moves like machines or dumbbells, or when you have someone training with you that can help spot you. But even on safe lifts, sometimes your body's telling you you need to hold back some. If you're sore, lacking sleep, or stressed, failure training just digs the hole deeper. It's demanding on your nervous system, and it takes longer to recover from, especially once you cross over 50. On those days, stop short, focus on quality movement, and live to fight another day. And if you train often, this next one can sneak up on you. If you train the same muscle multiple times per week, or you're working on skills like pull-ups, dips, or push-ups, failure every time will slow your progress. Recovery will lag, your performance will drop, and your joints will take more wear and tear. Keep some reps in reserve so you can continue to improve, and when it comes time to do these movements the next time, you're there and ready to do it without any issues. Now here's one for anyone starting fresh or starting over. When you're new to lifting or returning after a long break, your body's not ready for all-out failure training. Your muscles, your joints, and your tendons need time to adapt again. Going to failure too soon can lead to soreness that will set back your consistency or even cause injury. Start by leaving a few reps in reserve. Build your base, then add controlled failure sets. And this last one isn't about muscles at all. It's about speed and power. Failure training doesn't just tax muscles. It taxes your nervous system. If you're doing explosive lifts like cleans, kettlebell swings, or medicine ball throws, the goal is speed and crisp technique. Once fatigue sets in, your speed drops, coordination suffers, and injury risk goes up. That's why athletes stop well short of failure on power work. They want every rep fast and clean. Save failure for your traditional strength or muscle building sets and keep your power work sharp. If you don't remember anything else I've said in this video, remember this: failure is a tool, not a rule. Use it at the right times on the right exercises, and you'll grow more, protect your joints, and keep training for many years to come. If you want a plan that pushes you toward muscle growth without lifting to failure and without all the nagging joint pain, especially if you're over 50, check out my Fit After 50 joint-friendly muscle blueprint. I'm going to leave the store link in the description of this video. You can go check that out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Now you go get fit.